Cecilia, let's travel to the United States and talk about arguably the most popular sport, maybe after football, across the globe, basketball.
Basketball, yeah, starting with what went down all through the night. We saw James Harden will keep that. We'll save the best for last. The monstrous night he had for the Houston Rockets. But then we'll start with the Knicks. And also the night, it was 111-95 in that one. Sacramento Kings are winning there. Toronto Raptors and Minnesota Timberwolves, it was 109 and 104. For Detroit Pistons and Cavaliers, it was 124 and 114. The Cavs are losing in that one. Rockets and, of course, the Magic, the Houston Rockets and the Orlando Magic, it was 114 and 107, which was also, that's the game we'll talk more about later. The Pelicans and the Kings, it was 114 and 103. The Spurs and the Nuggets was 106 and 104. Utah Jazz and Warriors. Now, this one, it's something that most people didn't see this coming at all. It was a blowout. They lost by 30 points. The first time they've lost like that.
I can understand if you lose. A title contender like Golden State Warriors lose maybe 10, 5-point margin. I mean, 30 points, it's a blowout. I don't know. I don't know if it's a reflection of what is happening. I don't think so, but the coach was disgusted with that performance.
He didn't like it at all because for them, they ended the 3-game winning streak for the Warriors. And not only that, Warriors have actually won 7 of their last 8 games before this particular match. So we didn't see this coming. Klay Thompson happens to be, well, you said the big man for the night, 27 points and 6 rebounds. Kevin Durant finished with 17. I mean,
wasn't enough,
Steph Curry, and I don't know, it was really a shambolic night, especially when you have all the stars playing. Because when you see the result, you wonder what happened to Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson. They all played that game, but then it wasn't their night at all. Okay, that's the way it is. Then we'll talk about this man, talking about what he did last night. This is the first time ever. He said he didn't realize that it's the first time we're having a player scoring 60 points and having a triple-double. He also had steals, 4, a block also. I'm like, how do you describe this man? How was he able to do this in 46 seconds? And he came up with these monstrous stats, just feeling it and ensuring that his team won on the night. Because on the night, they were missing some key players, and he just had to step up and he gave the team the very best.
What else do you want to say about James Harden? I remember the last time we were talking about the Houston Rockets, we talked about them winning and they not being impressed with how they won. I'm very sure they're going to be impressed.
So impressed.
It's a massive win. A huge, big performance from James Harden, and just looking at the figures, some would say it's tasty, interesting, and solid performance, 60 points. That's awesome. Like somebody posted on Twitter, it's not fake news. Somebody got 60 points.
It's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake. It's not a joke.
It's real.
It's real. It's real. And if there's anybody that could do it, definitely has to be James
Here's
Harden.
the one. Because, when they started the game without Chris Paul, he has a sore groin. Trevor Ariza is dealing with a strained hamstring also. They lost another player while the game was on, talking about Eric Gordon. And at the end of the day,
his shoulder is
he
big
was
enough.
able to come up with all this, 46 minutes, 26 seconds, having the career high of, triple-double.
It's no surprise when
points.
some of these top guys come with superhuman
performance.
I use it, I just use it. It's not, but superhuman performances once in a while, it's expected. But my worry is always that they can't do it all the time. But you could always expect, them to always carry the team. But there will be days they will have, their off days. There will be days where, maybe the body is not feeling right. They're not feeling the vibe, or some emotional struggles here and there. And that's why you need people. But of course, you trust that these top guys who probably always make the all-star teams, they will always come with this kind of performances. This is still mind-blowing anyway, 60 points. Is, but, I just expect that the other guys too, when his game is on a low, they'll be able to, the team will not suffer. Just, the way before that James returned to Cleveland, that was a problem that he had if he wasn't playing well. And it's also happening now too. Yeah. He went to Miami, it came back, won, but I think those issues are there. Even talking about James, quickly, let me throw that in. A lot of people are already looking at, okay, what team can the King go to that will make that team as formidable as the way the Golden State Warriors. I'm trying to wrap my head. Maybe I'll come up with a team that I could suggest, if he's listening to me, that will make as formidable.
What are you going to suggest?
I'll keep it in the wraps.
Okay, team up with Russell Westbrook.
Okay, all right. She suggested maybe team up with Russell Westbrook. That's going to be massive. Yeah. But maybe one of them will have to sacrifice their play. That's what usually happens.
Okay.
All right, we'll leave that.
We'll leave that.
It's the job for the coaches. So we'll leave that. Let's talk about this man. We're already out of adjectives to describe. I like to call him the Swiss maestro. Roger Federer is back at home. He arrived in Zurich. Still all about the title celebrations, and received a hero's welcome. People out there to welcome him. Of course, the reward for victory, sweet taste of victory for the Swiss maestro, posed with the Australian Open trophy, and everybody enjoyed it. We're watching, we're enjoying it as well.
Yeah, slams. I love what they did that, because what they did there, they had to just come wait for him at the airport in Zurich.
Of course, and just, illustrious son.
See him and fans, Roger. I mean, when you have someone like that, if you mention Switzerland, the first name that comes to mind is Roger Federer. He's just one man. We're not talking about a football team here. We're not talking about a basketball team here. We're talking about just one man who plays tennis and don't know how to do the business very well. You know how this is, you come out, you just come see a living legend. Someone, everyone, keep talking about 20 Grand Slam. He's not slowing down, because I'm thinking if Rafael Nadal has some points to defend and all that, he's world number 2. The next target by March might just be having this man be world number 1. I'm like, at 36.
Let's not forget, it's still going to be 37 this year as well. And
you're looking at August. That's a bit far. Looking at March right now. I mean,
I don't know.
How do you do it over and over again? That's winning mentality, just having it.
I'll be privileged to tell my kids that I watched this man play tennis, because obviously they're going to read about him at their own time. Whether or not they're going to have somebody as phenomenal as it's doubtful.
It's going to be difficult.
It's going to be difficult.
Guys like this, maybe once
someone
in 50 years or
at
something.
18, 19, already winning. I mean, at 20 down the line, already winning and still winning.
You're still winning.
36, and even now,
it's still there. It's not
even now,
going.
it's hard to say he won't win any Grand Slam before he finally calls it quits.
Right now, his favorite. I mean, you're looking at when you reel out the names right now, he's the only one that is very fit right now. Yeah. He's the only one. Rafael Nadal, we don't know when he's going to be back. Novak,
Stanislas, Andy Murray. And that's the 5 guys.
To elbow, to hip. And
those are the 5 guys in his bracket.
Except you're looking at these new generation of guys like Chung Hyun,
maybe Milos
Raonic,
Zverev,
and Marin Cilic at his best, and
maybe those guys. But if you look at the guys
Dimitrov and all that,
in his bracket,
I think he's the fittest right now.
People who have won more than 1 Grand Slam. Because if you say Grand Slam winners, you'll have to put Marin Cilic. He's not in that bracket. But those who have won more than 1.
More than 1.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's go on a break, and when we return, we still have a lot for you. Sports this morning. Jones again.